What if I told you Gavrilo Princip killed the wrong guy? Because the Archduke of Austria-Hungary, Franz Ferdinand, the man whose assassination supposedly triggered World War I, wasn't the ruthless tyrant the Black Hand thought he was. In fact, he, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was kind of a rebel himself. He loved Sophie, a woman of lower nobility, and married her out of love, not politics. That was a scandal in the Habsburg court. The emperor barely tolerated her. Their children were excluded from the line of succession, and the couple were not even allowed to be seen together in public within Austria-Hungary. The trip to Sarajevo was meant to be their first official public appearance together. He paid a personal price for love. Sophie was killed alongside him on that tragic day. But Franz Ferdinand was no warmonger. In fact, he was a reformer with a vision to transform the empire into a federation that respected its diverse ethnic groups. His proposed solution? Trialism, a plan to restructure the dual monarchy into a tripartite federation, adding a Slavic kingdom alongside Austria and Hungary. This new entity would have granted greater autonomy to the Slavic peoples, addressing deep-rooted national tensions. As Christopher Clark writes in The Sleepwalkers, How Europe Went to War in 1914, though personally rigid and conservative, Franz Ferdinand was an advocate of federal reform and one of the few figures in the Viennese political elite who opposed preventive war against Serbia. So yeah, Gavrilo Princip pulled the trigger thinking he was striking a blow against oppression. But he may have just assassinated the only man in Vienna who genuinely gave a damn about the Balkans. After his death, power shifted into the hands of the Hawks, the war-hungry faction of the Austrian court. So, who should have been the target? Maybe General Count Franz Conrad von Hötzendorf, chief of the General Staff, who had been pushing for preemptive war with Serbia since 1906. Or perhaps Leopold Berchtold, the imperial foreign minister, the man who signed the infamous ultimatum to Serbia that, when rejected, led directly to war. Or even Emperor Franz Joseph himself. Who do you think would have been a more fitting target?